Ladies and gentlebeans, welcome to the season finale, as it's going to be, of the Realistic RTG, the regular season finale, I should probably more accurately point out. We have a number of lowly position sides coming up in the league, and we find ourselves 13 points off Southampton and above, and 9 points above Coventry, Norwich and Sheffield United. We've got a game in hand as well on everybody below us too, so we are very confident of finishing 4th or 5th. So, the risk of potentially finishing 4th or 5th, where we should, in theory, just play whoever is 4th or 5th, then there's no point having an extra episode for the sake of having an extra episode, is there? So, what we're going to do is calendar sim QPR, Peterborough and Blackburn, because they're all like 18th or below. Then we'll play Stoke, who are 11th, Norwich, who are Norwich, sim Millwall, play Southampton, and sim Sheffield Wednesday. And end the league season today and find out who is doing what, where, in the playoffs. Against Queen's Park Rangers at home, a 2-1 win. The calendar sims seem to be working. Fantastic. The only thing is, I don't actually know, when you do a calendar sim, who scored the bloody goals, I don't think. I don't know if there's a way for me to find out unless there's some sort of... There's no in-depth description of who scored the goals. So I can't actually tell who scored, who got an assist, rather than, or outside of just checking stats each time in between games. But that's just a pain in the arse. So it is what it is. But we shall get the... well, I'm going to have to reject all of these because you've come outside of the window to be selected. We made a change to the youth setup, or the way that we do the youth setup in the last episode. So keep a keen eye on that episode if you missed it so that you know exactly what the situation is. We've got Peterborough who are 22nd next. That may well have been our game in hand, actually. It was indeed. So now we're 12 points clear of Middlesbrough and 10 points behind Southampton, who also have a game in hand. 14 points. Christ, you'd be on the floor. 14 points behind Leicester City. Then we're going to finish 4th, lads. Don't you? Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save and looking forward to the playoffs, which will be coming tomorrow. Saying thank you to those on the board behind me for your continued support in the comment section and on stream, that being War Machine, Ryan and Marcus, RST Pollard and Mr. Poosh, respectively. We're going to sort my finances out in between each game. And then, in fact, what I might do is just get there and then show you the back results once we get to the day of the next fixture that we're actually going to play, which will be Stoke. Stoke away then. It's not a cold and rainy Tuesday night, but it is still Stoke away. Victor Johansson in goal. Preciado, Coppola, Hughes, Bocat, Berrios, Berger, Manhoof, Vidigal, as they're playing Bajan host centrally, and Jack Moylan, striker, our former striker, of course. Some options on the bench are all right. Some options on the bench are not all right. We did well in the calendar sim games. It was a win against Blackburn, 2-1 win against Blackburn, 2-2 draw against Peterborough, and a 2-1 win in the third one against... My brain died. Oh yeah, 2-1 win against QPR, 2-2 draw against Peterborough, 2-1 win against Blackburn. There you go. That's what the results were. So 7 points from the 3 games that we've calendar simmed thus far today. So far so good in ensuring that we stay in 4th position in the league. That's brilliant. Bulat finally turned up in the last episode with a couple of beautiful assists. That's his first goal for me in a played game. Stay right. Foot through it, son. And move to Berrios. It's not a bad delivery, actually, but clear with the good, very good clearing header. It's Mikkel Hope that's the furthest forward player. Now that furthest forward player is Giovanni. Defender's getting back to me here, but thankfully it's on Giovanni's left foot. And that is 2-0 Bradford. I could not do a damned thing yesterday until the last game against Bristol City, where it all finally clicked. Still clicking. Vidigal and Moylan. It's a nice ball into Vidigal again. going to stop him from getting it to Bajan Ho. He's gotten it to Bajan Ho. Manhoof, good block. Come out to Vidigal once more. Still the opportunity for Stoke to pull one back. It hit Moylan's hand, I think. Referee says it didn't. And Bajan Ho has the effort that's well saved by Bergstrom. The 2-0 advantage is decent at this stage. Whilst I say that it's... Oh, hello. Whilst I say that it's all clicking again, this is obviously against lesser opposition. What I need it to do is click against those that are genuinely the top sides in the division, i.e., those in the playoffs we're going to be playing very soon. Giovanni to... What? Their two centre-backs were just on the edge of their own box for no reason? Question mark? I'll have to have a look at that in editing to see what the minimap looked like. You guys will be able to just go back in the video because I'll leave this highlight in. I don't know what was going on with the defensive line there, but Stokes and Lancashire were just 50 yards down the pitch. That was really strange. Just over half an hour played, and it's still 2-0 to the Bantams. And for the time being, it's going to stay 2-0 to the Bantams. It might even, soon, be 3. Lancashire. No, not going to be 3. Bajan Ho, Vidigal. And the fullback. Oh, and Moylan. Moylan! Good save by Bergstrom. Keep it in, Mikkel. Good lad. Moylan's had a couple of chances now. Goal difference isn't going to make any difference to our league position, really, I don't think. The points tally is rather evidently quite weighted one way or the other around each side that's currently in a playoff spot. It's a lovely turn by Stokesy, and he's buried it beautifully as well. Josh Stokes was brought to my attention in live chat, actually, that he played against Bristol City in the last episode, and I shouldn't have played him against Bristol City because that's his parent club. So apologies for that oversight. But he's bagged here. We're 3-0 up, and we are... That's a healthy beard, sir. We are definitely going to get a great result here against Stoke City. Everything is still clicking very nicely. Confidence is building again towards the end of the season. Preciado. I can't quite get there. Oh, that's a good ball, actually. Stevenson's up well. Hope was trying to head that back to the keeper, and we've given them a corner instead. Mikkel Hope puts his arm up in apology. He's like, sorry, boss. Sorry, boys. Oops. Bajan Ho takes the corner short. Are they going to grab themselves a goal back here? Longhorse says, absolutely not. No way, Jose. I want my clean sheet bonus, please. That's a nice ball into Bajan Ho. Here's Manhoof. Well, that's Preciado, the right back. Early. Oh, it's going to find him. Tried to sweep it on its way, Bajan Ho, and divert it into the corner. He has helped it on its way. He's helped it on its way wide. Stick a toe out. Stick a toe out. Get the interception. Come on. Manhoof. Oh, they're going to score. No, they're not going to score. Thank God for him being 6'9". Sticks out a big curly toe. Brings it down. Hello. See ya. Gabe getting forward. If you're just going to keep backing off, I'll just keep running at you. Oh, outside of the post. Was he offside? It was offside. Well, that very nearly, absolutely should have been 4. But unfortunately, 'tis not. Here's Stokesy again. Good save by Johansson. Looking for a fourth. Not forthcoming as of yet. Up we go. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. That is what headed shots are like this year on FC25 in career mode. Hope they're better for 26. 3-0 win. Brentford officially have 100 points, although you might think they only have 10 by the graphic that evidently can't fit 100 points in it. So I'm just going to take a quick screenshot of that, send that to the devs for a report for potentially something to fix for FC26. The league table at this stage, with 4 games to go, sees Brentford 8 points clear at the top of the table and definitely not yet automatically promoted because Southampton could catch them. They have a game in hand. It's likely, obviously, that Brentford will go up. It's likely that Brentford will go up as champions, but nothing is confirmed yet on their part. We are 15 points inside the playoffs with 15 points. No, 12 points available. We are playoffs We're playoffs, we're playoffs, we're playoffs. We've done it, boys! Ladies and gentlemen, Bradford City are a playoff side. Question is, who will we play in the playoffs? Until our league position absolutely can't change, we will continue to play games. So it is 6th place Norwich we have next. And they could put themselves up into 5th if they beat me, to then put themselves into prime position to play me in the semis. So it's actually a very important game, this next one against Norwich, because it may well be a precursor to what could be coming in tomorrow's episode. We've Norwich, then Millwall, then Saints, then Sheffield Wednesday. Beat Norwich, beat Millwall, beat Saints. We might finish 3rd. We won't finish 3rd. We're going to finish 4th. But we'll keep going until it's absolutely confirmed. Norwich away next. Norwich are decent. Marvin Schwerber in goal for them. Alistair Johnson at right backs. I was going to say Sepp. It's Rav Vandenberg. Stanley Nsoki and Ben Crescene. There's the back 4. Edouard Atuesta at CDM with Adam Randall and Andrew Moran in midfield. Amankwa Forson, Josh Sargent and Kelvin Ehibhatioman. Kelv used to play for us, didn't he? I actually checked in between last episode and this one in the live recording on the same stream. At the moment of checking, all 3 of them had 13 goals for the season as a front 3, which is a decent return indeed from a forward trio, and certainly a contributory factor, significant contributory factor, I imagine, to why they're in currently a playoff spot. We have players that have scored more, or certainly at least a player that has scored more. I don't know whether Kanadu has bagged more than 13 for us, but obviously Lancashire has, because he's one of the league's top goal scorers. He might grab another here because he's turned that defender very well, but Rav Vandenberg gets in front of it very well, and we won't have another for Will Lancashire yet this season. Kelvin flicks that on nicely, and the pressure from the away side will continue. I'm looking forward to playing in the playoffs, but nice pass there, Giovanni. I'm also very apprehensive about playing in the playoffs because I know how bad I have been on occasion recently. Is that not a foul, ref? No? All right, cool. Sergeant, Moran. Oh, what a finish. Wow. Forson first time whipping that into the bottom corner. That's a very, very, very good goal for Norwich City. Need to see a replay of that. That was really good. Just first, it's just a bloody annoying POV replay, which is actually terrible. Disney! We're going to get a different replay. We are. So nodded down by Kelvin, and then inside from the midfielder, and Forson first time. That's a really good finish. All right. I see you, Forson. I see you. Disney! Boulat. Back to Lowell. Lancashire. Boulat. Oh, excellent footwork. Drill it to Lancashire, spin the defender, and score the goal. Level! In the year we got promoted in the RTG last year from the Championship to the Premier League, we had Norwich in the semis and Sheffield United in the final. Sheffield United are challenging for a playoff spot. Norwich are obviously in them. It was a hell of a game against Norwich, actually, in the second leg. We drew 2-2 with Sander Berger scoring a couple of banging headers from corners, which is obviously an avenue of goals which we won't have available to us this year with the terrible gameplay. So, fingers crossed, we can get ourselves into the playoff final again this year. And you never know, it might be at Norwich's expense again. Sheffield United were beating Middlesbrough as a scoreline that popped up in my top right during the build-up to that equalising goal, which is a big result for both of those sides involved. In fact, this giant fixtures all round for the playoffs with ourselves playing Norwich and Sheffield United playing Middlesbrough at the same time. But it's 1-1 here, and it's 1-0 to the home side at Bramall Lane. Lift this. That's not lifted, is it? Well done, Ches. Kanadu looking to race in. I'm going to have to use the support, but here it is. And Lancashire hasn't given us the lead. Vandenberg in the way. It's a hell of a game of football, though, isn't it? Imagine if this was the playoffs. It'd be very entertaining. It's entertaining enough. Just in a, for us, nothing game, really, at the end of the season, let alone something that could actually have genuine giant meaning for both sides in terms of the promotion picture. Moran's in behind here. It was Moran that set up Forson for their opening goal. He's going to try and find him again for a second. Forson takes that off Adam Ramola with a pinpoint challenge. Sends Forson into a forward roll, but no foul because it was a perfect tackle. And now the counter-attack's on and we can score at the other end. Alistair Johnson trying to catch me. Lift that for Lancashire. Gorgeous ball. Lancashire! Oh, it's wide. This is a great game. What have you applied for? Oh, he's done me. Never mind, we've done him. Oh, dear. Oh, dear indeed. What finish from Josh Sargent. Dejanay, 2-1 Norwich. Forson, their front three has been a force to be reckoned with, hasn't it? We said that they were probably instrumental in the season they're having, and it seems to be the case. Kelvin with the effort to try and score against his former side. Oof. And Forson has buried that. I think the keeper's dived out of the way of it. And Norwich lead by 3-1 here. So recently, we have played potential fellow playoff side Sheffield United and lost. We're playing potential fellow playoff side Norwich City and losing. We played potential playoff side. Let's see, were they potential playoff side Bristol City? I'm not sure. We beat them by 3-1. I mean, I guess I haven't really been concentrating too much in this game because it's not really going to mean that much in the grand scheme of things. If there were a bit more on the line than there is, i.e. if this were a playoff game, I probably would have been a bit more on it. It's been an entertaining, free-flowing game of football, though, that at the minute sees us trailing. But let's fix up a bit and see if we can't get ourselves back into this now then. Sargent straight to Giovanni. Just going to break into the space because why not? Although he's absolutely dead on his feet now, but being left-footed, he's in a great position to find the ball to Lancashire. And now he's in. Oh, it's a good block. Norwich get bodies in front of the ball, don't they? Very well indeed. We have managed a handful of efforts that have been well blocked. Looking for Lancashire, finding him. Beats the defender and doesn't score. Schwerber with the save. And Norwich will clear away. Still 3-1 to the home side. 10 minutes to go here. Really threatened too much. Actually, since they went 3-1 up, we've had a couple of blocked shots, but not really forced to save out the keeper at all. Where you going, Moran? Nicely done. Sargent. Oh, was ready for a pullback. So he didn't do. Bowled it out quickly. We've got numbers forward. Lancashire. Just nod that down. Eleni takes it in his stride well and he beats his man. And then weirdly turns back into his man without me actually changing the angle on the bloody controller. Forson. Sargent. It's going to be 4, isn't it? Well, that's annoying because my thumb didn't move, but Eleni did. But it's a sizable win for Norwich in this one. Josh Sargent, the man. They were clinical with their efforts. I think the first goal from Forson really set the tone in that fixture, didn't it? We got ourselves back level very quickly, and to be fair, I bet we had just as many chances as they did, 8 to their 9, but they were clinical and we weren't, which we have been prone to being at times this season. Leicester win, good result for them, important result for them. Not sure what the situation looks like at the top of the table, but certainly, even though Norwich have beaten us here, we're still very, very comfortable in our position in 4th in the table. This result, this matchday weekend, especially if Middlesbrough did lose to Sheffield United, which I'm not sure whether they did or not, might well have decided the nature of the league table already. With 3 games to go and 9 points available, we can be caught by Norwich, we can be caught by Middlesbrough. Leicester City can still catch Brentford. Southampton can absolutely still get themselves into a top 2 position as well. Still got a game in hand, which they may or may not play before they play us a little bit later. Don't tell me there's an extra game right at the very end of the season. Yep, there it is. Sheffield Wednesday away. Oh, I wish it would actually just get the scheduling right. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Calendar sim against Millwall. And 3-0 convincing victory. We will absolutely take that, thank you very much. Now, we could yet still have an impact on Southampton's end result this season, or might we not, actually? If they've still got their game in hand, which they do, it's not really going to make any difference. Actually, is it, really? Southampton are 9 points off Leicester with 9 points available. Brentford have officially won the league. They are 8 points clear with 6 available. Leicester are all but promoted alongside them. It looks likely, or does it though, with Middlesbrough having Leicester here on the left-hand side, you can see. Who've Norwich got? Middlesbrough have Leicester in their next game, which is obviously not going to be an easy one. Norwich have Bristol City, which is equally going to be quite difficult. Norwich have Preston in their last game. I think it might be Norwich. We end up playing in the playoffs, you know. Middlesbrough, oh wow, Middlesbrough's final 2 games are against second place Leicester and third place Southampton. That recent game against Norwich, I think, is going to be a precursor for the playoffs. And obviously, it didn't end well for us. Like I said at the time, we weren't necessarily concentrating massively. I was having a lot of back and forth with chat, etc., because there wasn't really anything on the line for us. But definitely going to have to make sure that we play better, obviously, in the playoff semi-final, which looks like it's likely to come to you now in tomorrow's episode against Norwich City by the looks of things. I'll show you what our current, because of course we paid the £18 million for the upgrade to the stadium. At the minute, we are making a loss this season, meaning we won't pay any tax. So that's a win. So whatever the bank balance is at the end of the season, oh, actually, once we've got prize money, once prize money's gone in, we will probably go above the threshold. So we will still have some tax to pay, but it's going to be a minimal tax fee as opposed to the rather sizable tax fee specifically we paid at the end of season 4. So financially, we're in a great position. There is £41.5 million in the bank balance. We only owe another 18 on the stadium. And at the minute, that is playoff spots. And the wage budget will rise. Transfer budget for next season is actually not going to be that massive as it stands at the moment, because obviously we've spent some money. But getting up into the Premier League is going to be absolutely vital for us financially moving forward. So do our absolute damnedest to get there, shall we? So I wasn't sure whether to play or sim this game against Southampton, because obviously it doesn't mean anything for either side. And it would be just playing the game for the sake of playing the game. So we put it to a vote on stream, and people voted to sim it. And, well, it's ended in another 4-1 defeat for us. Yikes. So that's not gone well there either. Southampton will certainly finish 3rd, and we will certainly finish 4th with a 4-point gap to Wow, Middlesbrough beat Leicester. Well, fair play to them. It looks very likely then, although they do still have Southampton to play on the final day, it looks very likely that we will be playing... Where was the result? Where is it? Come on. Come on. Where is it? Come on. Show me it. Middlesbrough 1, Leicester 0, just above our Bradford 1, Southampton 4. It looks very likely that it will be a Bradford City Middlesbrough playoff semi-final, which, based on our results this season, is probably the best outcome we could have hoped for. We beat Middlesbrough by 3-2 there, albeit in the last minute. And earlier in the season, right at the very beginning of the season, we beat Middlesbrough by 3-2 there as well. So the semi-final looks like it could be particularly favourable for us, provided Norwich don't pip them right at the very end of the season, as of course Middlesbrough have Southampton to play. We've got the final game against Sheffield Wednesday away from home for us next, and Norwich have won their game in hand and have closed to within 2 points of Middlesbrough. It will be Norwich or Middlesbrough that we will play in the playoffs, but at this stage, we don't know which. Well, very intriguingly, I've been offered the Middlesbrough managerial position, which shows you just how unrealistic the job market is in FC in its current instance. Why would the side that are currently 5th in the table have a managerial opportunity available to them with 1 game left of the season? It's not like that manager is going to have been poached by a side higher up in the Premier League with a game to go in the season. So I just reiterates the need for a proper job market, doesn't it, really, basically, in FC. So we live in hope. Bradford City 2, Sheffield Wednesday 2 is our final result of the season. No interest yet in Clark Odua, as I see the contract's set to expire there. So if no one comes in for Clark, then we will look to extend his contract if we get promoted. If we don't get promoted, then I'm not going to extend Clark Odua's contract. His future at the club depends on whether we go up or not. The league table still has some fixtures left to play. Brentford continue to win. 112 points they end on. Southampton are going to finish third. And Norwich have lost. Or drawn. Not sure which. Regardless, it will definitely be Middlesbrough that we face in the playoff semi-finals. There are a handful of fixtures left to play. Doesn't mean anything for Southampton. Watford could finish 9th, not 11th, so doesn't really mean anything for them. Bristol City could finish 12th, not 13th, so doesn't really mean anything for them. At the bottom end of the table, doesn't mean anything for anyone there either. Peterborough are down, Preston are down, Bolton were down a long time ago. So tomorrow, it will be playoff time. I'm a little nervous. Hopefully, you guys will help me settle those nerves. And we will get to the Premier League. But whether we do or not, we will know by this point tomorrow. I'll see you then.